As I've journeyed through life, I've often pondered the nature of a comfortable and fulfilling retirement. What does it truly mean to retire well? This question, which once seemed distant and abstract, has grown more pressing as the years have passed. Now, standing at the threshold of my golden years, I realize that a peaceful and satisfying retirement isn't solely about financial security. It's also deeply interwoven with our spiritual and emotional well-being, our relationships, and our ability to find contentment in the everyday moments that life offers. In my reflections, I've identified 8 key standards that, I believe, define a truly comfortable retirement. These are not mere guidelines, but rather essential pillars that support the structure of a life well lived in our later years. Perhaps you'll see your own experiences reflected in these insights, or maybe they'll offer some new perspectives on how to navigate the complexities of retirement with grace and wisdom. Let's begin with the matter of pensions. For a single elderly person, a pension of at least 5,000 yuan is, in my view, a fundamental requirement. This isn't just a number plucked from the air. It's based on the reality that, even when you live alone, your expenses remain considerable. The cost of maintaining a home, property fees, utility bills, groceries, and other essentials doesn't decrease simply because you're no longer working. On the contrary, in some ways, these costs become more burdensome as we age, particularly when health challenges arise, necessitating additional expenses for medical care or even hiring help. For those of us who are fortunate enough to have a spouse to share our lives with, a combined pension of at least 8,000 yuan ensures that we can not only meet our daily needs, but also save for the future, guarding against the uncertainties that inevitably accompany aging. Savings, too, are a crucial aspect of a comfortable retirement. There's an old saying that goes, if a person has no long-term worries, they will have immediate concerns. This is especially true when it comes to our financial security in retirement. Without a substantial savings cushion, the unexpected can easily throw our lives into disarray. As we grow older, health issues become more frequent and more complex, and the cost of medical care can be staggering. A savings reserve of over 500,000 yuan provides a sense of security that allows us to face these challenges without panic. It's not just about being able to afford the basics, it's about maintaining a high quality of life and being able to respond to unforeseen circumstances with confidence and composure. Homeownership is another cornerstone of a comfortable retirement. For elderly individuals, a stable and secure living environment is essential. However, not all homes are created equal, particularly as we age. A house that has stood for over 20 years may have a certain charm, but it also comes with a host of potential problems. Leaky roofs, outdated plumbing, and structural issues that can be both costly and stressful to address. For those of us who are no longer as spry as we once were, a home that is well maintained, with modern amenities and easy access to daily necessities, is ideal. If possible, living in a building with an elevator or on the first or second floor can make all the difference. As our mobility declines, the ability to navigate our living space with ease becomes increasingly important, ensuring that we can continue to enjoy our homes well into our later years. Beyond financial considerations, the people in our lives play a significant role in shaping our retirement experience. Let's talk about children. Retirement should be a time when we finally get to enjoy the fruits of our labor, free from the responsibilities that once consumed our days. However, this can be difficult to achieve if our children are not financially independent. If they rely on us for ongoing support, it can significantly diminish our quality of life. Raising self-reliant, independent children is not only a gift to them, but also a gift to ourselves. It frees us from the burden of worry and allows us to focus on our own well-being, knowing that they can stand on their own 2 feet. Health, as the saying goes, is wealth. Without good health, even the most substantial financial resources can feel meaningless. Chronic illnesses, persistent pain, and physical limitations can cast a long shadow over our lives, making it difficult to enjoy the pleasures of retirement. This is why maintaining our health should be a top priority as we age. Regular checkups, a balanced diet, and staying active can go a long way in preserving our physical well-being, allowing us to savor the beauty of our later years. After all, what good is retirement if we're not well enough to enjoy it? Attitude, too, is a key determinant of a happy retirement. Life's challenges don't disappear just because we've stopped working. In fact, in some ways, they can become more pronounced as we age. However, those of us who can maintain a positive and resilient attitude are more likely to lead fulfilling lives. A calm and positive mindset not only enhances our mental and physical well-being, but also contributes to a greater sense of happiness and contentment in our daily lives. It allows us to face the inevitable ups and downs of life with grace and equanimity, finding joy in the simple pleasures and remaining undeterred by the occasional storm. On the other hand, harmful habits can be a significant obstacle to a comfortable retirement. In our younger years, we might have been able to indulge in smoking, drinking, or gambling without too many immediate consequences. However, as we age, these habits can take a serious toll on both our health and our finances. In retirement, it's important to cultivate a lifestyle that supports both body and mind. This means adopting healthy routines, such as going to bed and waking up early, eating a balanced diet, and finding ways to stay active. Elderly individuals who maintain these healthy habits often enjoy longer and more fulfilling lives, not just in terms of quantity, but in quality as well. Finally, the relationships we nurture are invaluable. A harmonious relationship with a spouse, or having a close confidant who understands and cares for us, is one of the greatest blessings we can have in retirement. Loneliness can be one of the most difficult aspects of aging, increasing the risk of mental and physical health issues. A supportive and caring relationship, whether with a spouse or a dear friend, provides warmth and companionship, making life richer and more enjoyable. It reminds us that we are not alone in this journey, and that there is always someone who cares about us, someone with whom we can share our joys and sorrows. These 8 standards cover the essential aspects of a comfortable retirement: financial security, health, mindset, and relationships. They are not absolute, and everyone's retirement experience will differ based on their unique circumstances and values. However, by focusing on maintaining good health, cultivating positive habits, and nurturing inner peace, we can all find our way to a happy and fulfilling retirement, no matter the challenges we may face along the way. As I reflect on these points, I am reminded of the many women I've observed over the years, particularly those who, like me, have entered retirement with a mixture of anticipation and uncertainty. Our lives, though diverse in many ways, share certain commonalities, particularly in how we approach this new chapter of life. I am 57 years old, and I retired 2 years ago. In that time, I've come to notice certain patterns among my peers, especially those who participate in daily activities, like dancing in the square. Their lives, like mine, follow a similar rhythm, shaped by the experiences and challenges that come with aging. Whether their pensions are large or small, many retired women are hesitant to spend money. They carefully manage their necessary living expenses, saving the rest either in the bank or to support their children's lives. For themselves, they save as much as possible, avoiding unnecessary expenditures. It's a mindset that has been ingrained in us over the years, a result of decades spent balancing the needs of our families with the limited resources available to us. Even in retirement, this sense of responsibility persists, guiding our choices and shaping our daily routines. The daily lives of many retired women revolve around familiar and comforting activities. A trip to the supermarket, a visit to the vegetable market, a walk in the park. These become the anchors of our days. There is a certain rhythm to these activities, a sense of continuity that provides comfort and stability in a world that is constantly changing. At home, we find solace in simple pleasures, watching TV, reading a good book, or dancing in the square with friends. These activities are low cost, easy to access, and provide a sense of community and connection that is so important in retirement. As we age, our priorities shift, and this is reflected in our approach to fashion and appearance. Where once we might have taken great care in selecting the perfect outfit, complete with tight clothes and high heels, now comfort takes precedence. We favor clean, comfortable clothing that allows us to move freely and without discomfort. The days of squeezing into form-fitting dresses and teetering on stilettos are behind us, replaced by a more practical and relaxed approach to dressing. This is not to say that we no longer care about our appearance, but rather that we have come to appreciate the value of comfort and ease as we navigate the physical changes that come with aging. Security is another concern that weighs heavily on the minds of many retired women. After a lifetime of working and saving, the idea of financial instability is deeply unsettling. Many of us seek ways to supplement our household income, though our age often limits such opportunities. Instead, we focus on cutting costs wherever possible, cooking all our meals at home and rarely dining out. This is not only a matter of financial prudence, but also a reflection of our growing awareness of the importance of health. Homemade meals are not only more economical, but often healthier as well, allowing us to maintain our well-being while stretching our retirement savings. Health has become a central focus for many of us in retirement. Where once we might have dismissed health lectures as irrelevant or uninteresting, now we listen attentively, eager to glean any information that might help us maintain our health and vitality. We adhere strictly to the advice given, whether it's about maintaining a regular sleep schedule, eating a light diet, or staying active. As we age, we become more health conscious, recognizing that our bodies require more care and attention if we are to enjoy a long and fulfilling retirement. In conversations with friends and peers, the topics of discussion have also shifted. Where once we might have compared the size of our houses or the amount of money in our savings accounts, now we talk about our health and the filial nature of our children. These are the new measures of success and happiness in retirement, reflecting our changing priorities and the realities of aging. Health and family relationships take precedence, becoming the yardsticks by which we measure our contentment and well-being. Social interactions, too, have changed. Many of us find that we no longer have the energy or desire to attend large gatherings or socialize with wide circles of friends. Instead, we prefer the peace and solitude of our own home, where we can relax and recharge without the demands of social obligations. We often arrive late, eager to return to the comfort and familiarity of our own space. For many women between the ages of 55 and 65, retirement is not the leisurely escape we once imagined. Instead, it's a time when we find ourselves taking on new responsibilities, particularly in caring for our grandchildren. This can be both rewarding and exhausting, as we pour our energy into looking after the next generation, often with little in return. The demands of childcare can take a toll on our health and well-being, leaving us feeling drained and worn out. After years of caring for grandchildren, many women experience a decline in their health, becoming frequent visitors to the hospital. Despite spending substantial amounts on medicine and healthcare, our health often continues to deteriorate, a stark reminder of the physical toll that aging and the responsibilities that come with it can take. As retirement progresses, life slows down, and with it, our personalities often undergo a subtle transformation. We become more relaxed, more gentle, adopting a more Buddhist-like attitude toward life. We find peace in simplicity and tranquility, letting go of the need to rush or achieve. There is a unique beauty in this simplicity, a sense of contentment that comes from accepting life as it is and finding joy in the present moment. Retirement marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. With no need to rush to work or raise children, this is a time to treat yourself well, living according to your own desires and not letting anyone disturb your peace. Though life may be simple, it is filled with tranquility, and there is a unique beauty in this simplicity. After spending a few days in my hometown for the Spring Festival, I completely gave up on the idea of retiring there. At 53 years old, with my spouse nearing retirement at 58, we had looked forward to a leisurely life in the countryside, dreaming of a peaceful existence surrounded by nature. Both my spouse and I were born in the countryside, but moved to the city to work, raise our children, and establish a family. Despite living in the city for decades, we always preferred rural life, cherishing the fresh air and simple customs. As retirement approached, we planned to sell our city home, tear down the old house left by my parents-in-law, and build a 3-story villa. The first floor would be the living room, the second floor our bedroom, and the third floor reserved for our son's family during vacations. We envisioned a large yard filled with flowers and vegetables, where we could spend our days in peaceful contentment. However, our plans began to unravel when we arrived at the old house on the first day of the new year. The long journey had left us hungry, and the damp, musty smell of the unoccupied house was overwhelming. With no one to care for the house in our absence, it had fallen into disrepair, and the reality of rural life began to set in. We soon realized that our dream of a quiet, idyllic retirement in the countryside was not as practical as we had hoped. The conveniences of city life, the proximity to medical facilities, and the comfort of modern amenities were not so easily abandoned, and so we reluctantly let go of our plans, choosing instead to remain in the city where our lives had been built, where our children and grandchildren were nearby, and where the familiarity of our surroundings offered the comfort we sought in our retirement. The countryside had its charm, but in the end, the life we had created in the city was where we truly belonged. Retirement, we realized, was not about escaping to a new life, but about finding peace and contentment in the life we had already established. As I reflect on these stories and observations, I am reminded of the importance of balance in retirement. It is not just about financial security or physical health. It is also about finding a sense of peace and contentment within ourselves and in our relationships with others. Retirement is a time to enjoy the fruits of our labor, to nurture our well-being, and to find joy in the simple pleasures of life. It is a time to live according to our own values and priorities, free from the pressures and demands that once defined our days. As you move forward in your own journey, I hope these insights offer some guidance and inspiration. Whether you are already retired or still preparing for that next chapter, remember that a comfortable and fulfilling retirement is within your reach. By focusing on what truly matters, health, relationships, and a positive outlook, you can create a retirement that is not only comfortable, but deeply rewarding.